Brittany. So today's gonna be a popcorn chat video, and today we'll be discussing on Santa Claus is coming to town. And so it was released on December 13th, 1970. And this is such a great classic Christmas movie. And it's just one of those holiday movies that is just really great to watch every year, and the cast is great. And Mickey Rooney, he did a good job being the voice of Kris Kringle, aka Santa Claus. And so it's just, you know, like when you watch it, you can feel that, like that jolly, cheerful feeling when you watch it, especially around this time of year. And I know I especially feel it as well when I watch it, along with other Christmas movies that I watch. And yeah, everyone did such a good job with this movie. They really did. And I really do enjoy it. It's just great, And so yeah, I'm just still kind of wondering, like, who are his parents? Like, they were never mentioned. And I think in other Christmas movies, like any Christmas Santa Claus movies, I don't think his parents were ever mentioned or who they are, so yeah, that they don't. And so yeah, I'm really curious about that, and I'm kind of wondering if one day they might do a movie, like not only where Santa Claus comes from, the fictional character himself, but maybe they might do a backstory to who his parents are, and whether they might be well known, who knows, they might be well known myths or urban legends, characters that might be his parents, or they somehow might be ones that we probably never heard of before, and they're just new because we never heard of them until we do. So I don't know, because yeah, I'm still wondering about that. Like, who are his parents? Especially when you watch the movie, you wonder, okay, what happened? What happened to his parents? Could they somehow not took care of him, financially? So it's like, I mean, that could have been the reason, but other than that, we don't hear anything about his parents. So that's just like, you know, it just kind of makes you wonder and makes you question about that. And of course, we see where, he makes friends with the animals, and he makes friends with this guy who was misunderstood, and that's Winter Warlock. But yeah, so it seems like, he seems like this good guy, good character, and yeah, he becomes friends with him. And then, of course, he meets Jessica, which is his love interest. And of course, later she becomes Mrs. Santa Claus. But yeah, we can see that in this movie, the character, the Meisterburger, no. What was it? Or is it the Meisterburger Burgermeister? No, I'm sorry, I switched that around. It's the Meisterburger. Is that even such a thing to call someone? I mean, I don't even know. I'm not sure they just made it up for the movie, for the character himself. I don't know. But I feel like every time I say it, it's just hard to say. And it's kind of funny to say because you hear burger. And when I hear burger, I think of like an actual, you know, I think of the food, of the hamburger, not the Meister burger. But yeah, and so we can see that he's just this mean, very grumpy character, and he dislikes kids, toys, and he made a law saying how toys are illegal. Like, that's the most weirdest thing I've ever heard. It's like, to me, it's like, well, when I think about it, like, if a toy is completely harmless, like, if there's nothing wrong with the toy, and if the kids are just having fun, playing around, having a good time, then there's nothing wrong with having a toy that's just fun and fun to play with. And if it's not like, there's nothing like dangerous about the toy, and if it's just completely harmless and fun, then let the kids play with their toys. So yeah, I don't like his character because he's just very, uptight, and he's kind of like Scrooge, although different. He's I think I say he's just the kind of person that's just very dislikable, and um where he just is just like this very unhappy and mean um character. And it's like, so yeah, making toys illegal, like, that's the most weirdest thing I've ever heard. I'm not sure if he had any laws in the movie. I don't know. That's the thing. I'm not sure if he had any laws to, other than the other one. Cause yeah, the only one that we know is that toys are illegal. But it's like, does he have any other laws except that? But then again, even if he did have other laws, I don't think they would have been good ones. They probably would have been bad ones where it would just make other people feel miserable and just all that. And as you can see, like the tone in this movie, especially in that part, is that when Kris Kringle goes into that town, that is gloomy. It's very gloomy, and it looks kind of dark. Like this grayish, gloomy feel and look to it, and it's like, wow, they're like I'm trying to say it right here. The Burgermeister Meisterburger, there's something that he's doing, the way he's running things of that town, that are making other people miserable, and the kids, and how the whole town just looks like, you know, gloomy and just gray, and just like, it just seems like there's no life into the town. It feels like there's no color, there's no other things going on around where people are happy and just having a good time. Like, you don't see that. So there's something he's doing wrong, where everyone else is just miserable because he is. So it's kind of like, no one can be happy if he's not happy, and therefore, if he's miserable, then everyone else should be too. And it's like, no, like, if you're miserable, don't let everyone else be miserable because you are. Like, if you are miserable because the way you are, and because the way he is, of this character and his personality, then he's only bringing that upon himself. But when it comes to other people in the town, like, he should just let them be. If they want to go out, do something, and kids play with their toys and have a good time, be happy, then he should at least do that. Like, and it just seems like he's just selfish and uptight. So yeah, I do not like his character. And I would say that the songs in this movie are great, and yes, I like this story because it seems like this you know interesting origin story to how Kris Kringle becomes Santa Claus, and it's just a great movie to watch, and to see that origin story in this movie. And I like how he does meet his love interest Jessica, and how even though she was the one pretty much obeying by the law, but yet she even realizes that it's a silly law. And here's what I noticed too, like when in that scene when she comes along and she meets Kris Kringle for the first time, it's like now I think she's the only one within that town who lives there where she doesn't have like gray hair or clothing. Like she has like some kind of like a orange hair, which looks nice on her, and she has this pretty blue dress. And then with Kris, when he's there and he meets her for the first time, of course we see he has this almost like a kind of like a dark, a little bright orange hair, and with a red suit and the, what do you call this, the white fluff. That's just what I'm calling. I don't know what it's really called, but that's just what I'm calling it because it kind of looks fluffy, like a cloud. So yeah, we can see how they're the ones with like with different colors of hair and their clothes, and yet everything else in the town looks gloomy and gray. But yeah, I like how at some point she, like how she starts to see like, oh yeah, this is a silly law, and then how even later she helps the rest of them, Kris, the elves, and Winter Warlock to break out of jail. Just because the Burgermeister Meisterburger, he's the one who put them in there just because of Kris Kringle delivering toys to kids, and it's like, you don't put someone in jail because of delivering toys. Like, yeah, like, I don't know. Like, you just don't do that. Like, there are worse things for someone to do to actually, you know, be, to end up being in that situation. But delivering toys, that is not a crime. That's just what I'm saying. Like, he's Santa Claus. Well, at least he becomes Santa Claus later, because since he became an outlaw, he had to change his name, so he could no longer call himself Kris Kringle. He had to come up with a new name, and that is Santa Claus. So, yeah, and I like how that after pretty much what they went through, that, of course, just because she still, like, stood beside him, and how she was able to help him and the elves and the Winter Warlock, and how later, they both got married, and they, they were walking and it shows how they find this isolated place and it's filled with snow, and it was the North Pole, so they, decide to live a life there, and that shows just really great, and it shows how with him becoming Santa Claus that he delivers toys to all the kids in the world every year. I think on Christmas Eve, that is. I think it's what, Christmas Eve night, and then that way by Christmas Day, um, the kids open their presents on Christmas Day. So yeah, and this is just a great movie of this, cute uh, story of telling the story about Santa Claus and how he became Santa Claus, how he falls in love and he gets in trouble, but then other things come along and then everything just turns out well in the end. And yeah, so I really do enjoy this movie, and like I said, it's just really great to watch, and everyone um, did a great job doing this movie and airing it at the time, and yeah, it's just great. It's just very cheerful, and I love it. And of course, I love the other Christmas movies as well. Um, and so, yeah, that's all for this movie discussion, this popcorn chat video on Santa Claus is Coming to Town. So, let me know what you think of this, and if this is your favorite Christmas and Santa Claus movie. And if it is, let me know. And to see more movie discussions, which I call Popcorn Chat, if you'd like to see more videos like this where we discuss on any movies, movies in general, then please subscribe and like this video and leave a comment down below on what your favorite Christmas movie is and whether this might be your favorite. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you all had a great and wonderful Christmas, and I will be doing videos in the new year for you to see. So that's all for today, and I'll see you at the movies.